Hello and welcome back to Elfin Around, where we always have an elfin good time. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a replica of a item that I saw in Target. I loved it, but it was a little bit too small for my elf, so I upgraded it and I just used cardboard and some of that craft foam. So this is what you're going to need: 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 triangle, a 5 inch by 2 1/2 inch rectangle, 9 by 2 1/2, a 9 1/2 by 7 3/4, and 9 by 5. And I just wrote you need 2 of each of those. And we also are going to just make a wheel, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. These are the measurements for the dowels. You're going to need 6 of them, but I will say if you guys have thicker dowels, I would just use those. So we're just going to glue the craft foam on top of the 9 by 5 piece of cardboard, and now we're going to glue 2 of the 2 1/2 by 9 and 2 1/2 by 5 sides to that base. This is going to be the inside of the cart. Now we're going to make the roof. You're going to do the same exact thing. You're just gluing those together to make the roof. And that's what it looks like. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're just gluing the craft foam on top of it to cover it. Now I'm going to be showing you how to decoupage the inside of the cart as well as a little topper. You can do that to the entire cart if you want to. I just didn't want to wait for it to dry because obviously I was making this video. So if you want to do that, you can go right ahead and do that. You do not have to buy this craft foam. We're just going to put an 8-inch topper on the roof since we can see some of that peeking out, and we're going to do the same to the inside of the cart as well. I'll show it in the next clip. And obviously if you decoupage this, you won't have this problem, so it might be a little bit easier to do that. You're just going to have to be patient and wait for the pieces to dry before you assemble. That's what it looks like. So now we're just going to make the wheel. It's a 4-inch diameter, so you're going to set your protractor to 2 and then go down to 1 3/4 for the outer circle and the inner circle. And then I just traced a dowel to make the spokes of the wheel. Now the dowel I just showed, that would be the thickness that I would recommend you using. I wanted it to be user-friendly. The dowels I ended up using were the thinner ones that you can get at Dollar Tree because they are longer. We do need 9-inch dowels for parts of this, so I didn't want to have to outsource where I got my items from. So I used the thinner ones, but I would recommend using the thicker ones if you could find them. They do have 12-inch dowels in the thicker form. So I just am gluing the craft foam to the wheel, making sure I have a hole in the middle so that we're able to put the dowels in between the two. So this is just for the topper. I wanted this cart to be able to hold things where you can kind of place them inside and also display them on top. So say you want to have like an ice cream cart or a lemonade cart, you would be able to put that topper on and then display the items on top. So this is kind of like a dual purpose, and I'm hoping to use this multiple times. So we're just going to take some tissue paper. I found this one at Dollar Tree, and you're going to decoupage it on the inside of the cart. You're just going to put a thin layer of the Mod Podge down. You're going to put your tissue paper on top, and then you're going to go ahead and Mod Podge on top of that again. I made this myself. It's just equal parts glue and water. I just buy the glue when it's on sale at Walmart during back to school time, and this is going to last you a nice long time. So just do equal parts of both. And don't worry about it being perfect. You can tear pieces, it's gonna look perfect. So don't worry about having a nice long strip like here. I had a nice strip that covered most of the top, but you don't have to do that. You can rip the pieces up and make it fit, and you're just gonna kind of fold and add where you need it. I'm going to talk about a couple of modifications that I would have made if I had to do it over again. Again, the dowel size is definitely one of them. I actually may go back and replace them just because, like I said, I'm planning on using this multiple times, so I want it to hold up really well. The smaller dowels are just, they work just fine, but I don't see longevity out of them, so I am going to replace them with the thicker ones. And you're just gonna let that dry somewhere. Okay, so these are the dowels that I use. Like I said, they're the skinnier ones. Use thicker ones if you have them. This is the size that you're gonna need. You're gonna need 6 total if you have the 12-inch dowels, because you can cut them into the varying sizes. And I use the Colonial Red for the Rust-Oleum to go ahead and spray paint. So we're gonna attach the wheels first. That's to the 5.5-inch dowel that you cut. And I'm using these little gemstones. They're little gemstone stickers just to put in the middle where the hole would be showing. And now we're going to be gluing the 3.5-inch dowels to the front, to the bottom actually. You can kind of make this as tall or as short as you want. You just have to make sure your wheels are corresponding to it. And now we're going to attach the wheels. So we have the 2 1.5-inch dowels here. I just marked where I wanted to put them, and then I added them to the bottom. And now we're going to attach the wheels. So my suggestion would be to use wood glue, because I did glue this and it was not staying very well. So I had to go ahead and use wood glue. And I also glued the wheels to the side just to make sure that it stayed. Now for this part, I have 4 6-inch dowels for those sides. Had I done that over again, I would make it 4 8.5-inch, and I would attach them on the inner corners, and that would again give you more stability. We're attaching the 9-inch dowels to the inside again. Use wood glue. And then we're just attaching the tops to the corners. When you're gluing the dowels to cardboard, it's not a problem. It's just when you're attaching them to each other, you really do need to use the wood glue, because they come apart very easily. The hot glue just doesn't, they don't hold them together. And then I have listed there 2 3-inch dowels, but I actually cut them down a little bit, so whatever size you want the handles to be. And finally, I thought it was really cool that they had the lights on the side of the model that I showed you, the one from Target, but I saw these and I knew I had to make them a part of this, because, lights make everything better. So I just used this little LED are they C4? I don't even know. The C bulbs. I found them at Dollar Tree. It's $1.25 per strand. You only need 1 strand. You just have to include the batteries. And to open that pack, just be aware you need a very tiny screwdriver. So if you don't have that, make sure you pick one up at Dollar Tree. They come in a pack. And I just mounted the battery pack on the bottom with some glue dots, just like I did with the lights, so I can remove it and use it for other things if I wanted to. I hope you guys like this. If you do, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. We have all kinds of elf and good fun here. Thanks so much. Have a good day.